Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It is hard to believe we sit here a third of the way through the college football season. It goes by so fast. You guys know I preach it all the time. We only get 12 of these things. We only get 12 regular season games. Drink them in, soak them in. We're already a third of the way through the ride for 2025. And I think we sit right where most of us expected us to sit. Maybe it's not looked the way we thought it would look, but we're still sitting at 3-1. Of course, the heartbreaking loss to Georgia, but wins over Syracuse, ETSU, and UAB, sitting at 3-1. And I think most of us, if we were honest with ourselves and we looked back at it preseason, this is exactly where we thought we would be. But now the gauntlet starts, going on the road to Mississippi State. Arkansas is going to come to town. You got a road game against Alabama, a road game against Florida. Oklahoma is going to come to Neyland Stadium for a big-time environment. But again, maybe it's not looked exactly the way we thought it would look. I kind of thought we would have a similar identity that we had a year ago, live on the run, play solid defense. We've talked about the depth of this defensive line, but after a few injuries, maybe we're not as deep as we thought. But again, I thought we would live on the run. I thought we would live on some defense, but you look at what this team has done offensively, fourth in the country in scoring offense, scoring over 50 points per game. So many people have been grasping and looking for that 22 offense, scoring over 50 points a game. We've got it through 4. Can we keep up that momentum? Total offense, 7th in the country. Passing offense, putting up almost 340 yards a game. They're 8th in the country in passing offense. But defensively, let's just be honest, it's not been as pretty as we maybe hoped it would be. I think there are some circumstances to that, right? You look at Syracuse playing from behind pretty much the whole game, and that's a factor here, right? Look at what Tennessee has done in the first quarter. They jumped all over Syracuse. They jumped all over Georgia, obviously jumped on ETSU and UAB. Teams have been playing from behind. UAB threw every formation in the playbook at Tennessee, and they also threw it over 50 times. And again, when teams are playing from behind, they're going to throw the football, but defensively, you'd be lying to yourself if you said it's not been a struggle at times, giving up almost 28 points per game. And again, look at the body of work. Look at the level of competition. Syracuse, UAB, ETSU, I get it. We played Georgia, who I think is the best team in the SEC. But you're 99th in the country in scoring defense. Total defense, 85th in the country. I think we've got to be better. I think we've got to improve, and I think we may have an opportunity to do that. Tennessee looking for their first conference win of the season against Mississippi State on Saturday in Starkville. Originally favored by almost 2 touchdowns, favored by 13.5. That line is starting to shift down to 7.5. The reunion between Josh Heupel and Josh Levy. The Vols won 8 of the last 10. Can they do it again on the road? We know it's not always easy to go on the road in the SEC, but Pete Nakos put out some injury news yesterday. Tennessee also released their first official injury report for the Mississippi State game coming up. We're going to get into that. Is that going to make a difference? But as always, I need you to do me a favor. Smash the thumbs up below the video. It's quick. It's free. It's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not journalists. We're not reporters. We don't fake it. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you are watching this channel. It's for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live in the morning, the Friday morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Me and Foul Mean going to get up, drink some coffee, get you geared up, ready for kickoff on Saturday on the game day. We go live an hour before the game. It's a tailgate show, a fan call-in show, a hangout. Get you ready for kick, and then we'll be live immediately following the game. So again, subscribe, click the bell, hit that join button down below if you really want to support this channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Only $1 a month, but let's get into it. We talked a little bit about this last night on the live stream. Great show last night. If you missed it, go back, catch the replay. Me, Coach Jay, Vols, Scoops, and Dauber kind of breaking down this Mississippi State game, talking about the injury report, talking about the SEC schedules that came out. Great conversation. Again, I'll link it at the end of this. You can go back and watch that replay. But Pete Nakos puts out the tweet. Tennessee defensive lineman Jackson Moy is expected to be available this weekend against Mississippi State, barring a setback, sources tell Chris Lowe and I for On3 Sports. Now, we talk about the injuries and the defense. How big of a factor is it? I mean, you know, we got Josh Heupel standing up there in front of the media, and he's pretty irate, pretty irritated after the game. last week, but he says nobody cares. It doesn't matter. They don't put an asterisk beside your win or loss and say, yeah, they did this, but yeah, they did that, but let's be honest, man. The reality is Tennessee's down their two starting corners. Tennessee is down their two big guys on the interior in David Hobbs and Jackson Moy. Yeah, you still got Bryson Eason, but if you rewind time, you go back to fall camp, you go back to the preseason, Rodney Garner meeting with the media said, I've got confidence in 1, 2, and 3 on the interior. But once you get back to 4, 5, and 6, they're still competing. They're still grinding, not where we want them to be yet. And in turn, what you've seen is guys like Bryson Eason and Don Bailey playing 90 snaps against Georgia. And that's when we know what Coach G wants to do. Coach G wants to rotate guys. Coach G wants to play a lot of bodies on that defensive line. So hearing that Jackson Moy is expected to be available for Mississippi State is huge. Now, what does the Pete Nakos tweet go on to say? If you look at the article, it also says that David Hobbs is expected back for Arkansas. So again, I get it. We got to go play Mississippi State, and that's going to be a tough game because you're on the road in the SEC. But when you pull up the schedule and you look what's coming down the road, you got Mississippi State on the road on Saturday, and then you've got Arkansas coming to Neyland Stadium, and then you go on the road to Alabama. And I think the back half of the schedule is when this thing really kicks off, right? On the road to Alabama. You got Oklahoma coming to Neyland Stadium. On the road to Florida. A lot of people have had that game circled. Can Josh Heupel do what he's not done yet? Win on the road against Bama or win on the road against Florida? That Vanderbilt game, some people worried. Some people are worried about that Vanderbilt game. So getting your two of your big three defensive tackles back, getting Jackson Moy back, getting David Hobbs back for the Arkansas game is huge for the back half of this schedule. We're talking about a college football playoff run. Do you believe? Do you buy into that? Do you think this football team can make a run to the college football playoff? Because I do. I think every game left on the schedule is winnable. I think this team can finish 11-1. 10-2, somewhere in that range to make another run at the college football playoff. And that's the goal. That's where we want to be. And getting Jackson Moy and David Hobbs back is a big part of that. But there's also some big news, some huge news. A guy that this football team has been without for quite some time, a guy that got injured in the offseason, a guy that is an NFL draft pick, possibly a first-round NFL draft pick. There's a lot of speculation out there that Colton Hood could be a first-round NFL draft pick. What does this football team look like on the back half if you've got two corners on the outside, leave them on an island that are first-round NFL draft picks? Pete Nakos says it in the article. Jermod McCoy is expected back for Arkansas. So now that plays out the same way as David Hobbs. You've got him for Alabama on the road. You've got him for Oklahoma coming to Neyland Stadium. You got him for going on the road against Florida. It is big news that Jermod McCoy is also expected back for Arkansas. And look, man, Colton Hood has played some good football, and Ty Redmond, as a true freshman, everybody wants to be stargazers. Everybody wants to talk about 3 stars. Everybody wants to say 3-star you. Ty Redmond is a true freshman that was a 3-star recruit that Josh Heupel, Willie Martinez, Tim Banks signed to this football team. And he's been out there playing as a true freshman. In the Syracuse game, played 60 snaps, graded out as a 75.6, highest graded defensive player against Syracuse as a true freshman corner. 78.3 against ETSU, 68.5 against UAB. You see the drop-off. 53.8 against Georgia. Adding Jermod McCoy back to this football team is going to be absolutely huge. We kicked off the show talking about this defense and how maybe it's not looked exactly like we expected it to look. Will it look that way if you add back Jermod McCoy? Will it look that way if you add back David Hobbs and Jackson Moy? This is good news for Tennessee. Again, you've kind of done what we expected you to do through 4 games. So getting healthy, getting right, going on the road to Mississippi State. Let's get out of there with a win. Let's go into the bye week. Let's get ready for Arkansas, and let's kick off the back half of this schedule with a full, healthy football team. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. I would greatly appreciate it. You can go check out our merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also support this channel by hitting the join button down below. It is only $1 a month. We don't put out content. We don't put out live streams. We aren't doing this every day. without the fan support. We need your support. We are grateful for everybody that supports this channel. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.